If you ever check into a 5-star hotel, and the receptionist smiles at you for a little too long, turn around and leave. Because in this hotel, one room never checks anyone out. Stay till the end. The last story on this list is the one real guests still refuse to talk about. Arjun was driving his family from their hometown to the city for a short vacation. His little sister Meher sat beside him, buzzing with excitement, while their parents dozed in the back seat. "Bye. Are you ever going to tell us where we're staying?" Meher groaned. "If I tell you now," Arjun smirked. The surprise dies. 20 minutes later, the car rolled to a stop in front of a hotel, so massive it looked carved out of marble. Meher's jaw dropped. "Oh my God! Is this the Grand Meridian? Happy birthday, sis." At the front desk, a receptionist greeted them with a smile that didn't quite reach her eyes. "Welcome to the Grand Meridian. The family room, is it? Room 214 is ready for you." The room was beautiful. 4 beds, soft lighting, a balcony overlooking the city. "I want to explore a little," Meher said. "Not alone," Arjun replied. "Let's go together." They left their parents resting and walked the long marble corridor. That's when Arjun saw her. A woman, standing near the elevator, dressed head to toe in a bridal outfit, red and gold, veil pulled halfway over her face. Pause 2 seconds. Let the silence sit. "Meher, go find Mom and Dad. I'll catch up." The woman turned toward him and smiled.
I'm Sumite.
"Is there a wedding happening here tonight?" "No," she said softly. "I just like wearing this. Does it bother you?" No, sorry, that came out wrong." "It's fine. Would you like to meet my family? They're just up here." She led him not to a lobby, not to a banquet hall, but to a private room, larger than his own. Empty. "Where's your family?" "A bride doesn't need family tonight," she whispered, stepping closer. "She needs a groom." The mirror was empty. No reflection. Just him, floating alone in the glass. Her face changed, skin peeling back like old paint. Arjun shoved her off and bolted for the door. But the moment he stepped through it, he was back in the same room. "Where do you think you're going?" She smiled. "Come to me, Arjun." He ran again, and again. On the 3rd try, he burst into the corridor, and this time it held. A room service boy walked past. "Sir, are you all right? You look like you've seen a..." "There's a woman in that room. A bride. She tried to." "Sir, I've worked here 6 months. There's no bride booked tonight." That's when she appeared behind the boy, impossibly fast, and closed her hand around his throat. "Did you just say, no one?" Hard cut to black. 1 second, then cut back to a scream. The boy's eyes went wide, frozen. Arjun didn't wait to see what happened next. He sprinted down the hallway, refusing to look back, until something rolled against his foot. He looked down. It was the boy's severed head. Arjun burst into his family's room, slammed the door, and locked it 3 times. "Beta, what happened?" his mother gasped. "We need to leave. Now. This hotel is haunted. She killed someone. She's real." They grabbed nothing but themselves and ran for the exit. But the main door was locked. "Sir, you haven't checked out yet," the manager said, blocking their path. "There's a woman killing people in this hotel." "Sir, that's a strange thing too." Every light in the hotel flickered at once. And there she stood, at the end of the lobby, veil lifted, smiling directly at the manager. "Remember me?" The manager and receptionist bolted. But the locked door wouldn't budge, no matter how many keys they tried. "That door," she said, "only opens after both of you are dead." They ran. She chased. They dove into a small room with a shrine inside, and she couldn't follow. "Come out," she called. "I'm not letting either of you go." Cornered, she turned to Arjun's family instead, grabbing Meher by the arm. "Bring them out here or I finish her first."
No.
"I'll get them," Arjun said, stalling. "Just give me a minute. They're not even here right now." "They're not going anywhere," she snapped. "If I don't get them by sunrise, my power runs out until the next new moon." What did they even do to you? Arjun asked. And she told them. A month earlier, she had eloped with a man named Naresh, running away with her family's savings for a fresh start in a new city. Tonight's our last night here, Naresh had told her. Tomorrow, a new life begins. But that night, after she'd handed him everything, her jewelry, her trust, her future, now that you've set me up for life, he said, I don't need you anymore. He stabbed her. The manager and receptionist, discovering the body, took a bribe from Naresh and disposed of it quietly, erasing her from existence. Her spirit had wandered the hotel ever since, powerless, until tonight, the one night a year her rage turns into something physical. Hearing this, the manager and receptionist, cornered and desperate, betrayed the family, dragging them out of hiding to save themselves. There, we did what you wanted. Let us go. She looked at them, silent. The main door creaked open on its own. And then, a headless body dropped onto the hood of their car. The managers, they didn't stop driving until they reached home. And even now, none of them can walk past a hotel without checking the mirror first. That story is disturbing enough. But the next one, it's the reason college hostels started installing CCTV in hallways. Don't skip it. The twist at the end connects to something you saw 30 seconds ago. Mira had just topped her college entrance exam and was moving into her university's girls' hostel. Her father dropping her off with a mix of pride and worry. The hostel warden, Martha, handed her a key without a word, staring at her a second too long before speaking. Room 101. Here's your key. That night, walking back from dinner, a girl stepped directly into Mira's path. You're the new girl in 101? Yes. Who are you? Get out of that room, or you'll die a death nobody explains. Excuse me? I mean it. Leave that room. Tonight, if you can. Mira turned to snap back. But the girl was gone. Vanished. No footsteps. No sound. Shaken, Mira returned to her room, which overlooked an old church and an abandoned well. As she stood on the balcony, she spotted a shadow moving near the well, there, then gone. A wave of exhaustion hit her out of nowhere. She turned, and the girl from before was standing directly behind her, unblinking inches from her face. Who are you? How did you get in here without a sound? The girl vanished again. Whisper, direct to audience, if someone warns you to leave a room twice. That's not a coincidence. That's a countdown. The next morning, Mira confronted Martha. Please, I know you're hiding something. Martha sighed. Years ago, a girl named Julia lived in that room. She practiced dark rituals inside the church. One night, the first warden caught her sacrificing a child, and after that, she'd dispose of the bodies in that well. The town found out. They burned her alive. Then why didn't you warn me sooner? Because nobody who talks about Julia survives to tell it twice. The instant she said it, a strange smile crept across Mira's face. Not her own. Mira? Why are you smiling like that? In a voice too deep to be hers, Mira answered. You knew talking about Julia gets people killed, and you told the new girl anyway. Her face shifted, melting into another face entirely. Julia's. Martha stumbled back, horrified. Let her go. Please.
Impossible.
You'll die like the last warden did. Julia's tongue extended unnaturally, wrapping around Martha's throat, and in seconds, she collapsed, lifeless. Julia's face melted back into Mira's, who blinked awake moments later, disoriented, standing at the edge of the well with Martha's body beside her and Julia towering over both of them. I warned you, Julia hissed, but you didn't listen. They call me a witch like they actually managed to kill me. Fools. I never left this place. My soul is tied to that well, and this room. Did you kill Martha too? She let a secret slip. That's a crime here. And now you die too. I warned you not to take that room. Then, in her head Mira heard Martha's words from the day before. What we believe becomes real. What we refuse to believe is nothing at all. Mira looked Julia dead in the eyes. You're already dead. You're nothing but a memory pretending to have power. And she ran, faster than she'd ever run in her life. Julia lunged, but couldn't follow past the hostile gate. Mira made it out. To this day, she's never spoken Julia's name out loud again, not even to close friends. Both women in these stories died the same way, betrayed by someone they trusted, in the last place they thought was safe. If a hotel receptionist stares too long, or a stranger warns you to change rooms, that's not politeness. That's a warning written in blood. If this kept you watching till the end, hit follow, because next week's story starts in a hospital where the night shift nurse has been dead for 11 years. Comment candle if you made it to the end without pausing.